wait for some of you to tune in before I start talking. Surprise! It's late, but I don't have anything negative to tell you. I don't have anything bad to show you. I just left the jail, the Mecklenburg County Jail on 4th Street. I'm leaving, go home, go to bed. But I wanted to make a couple of comments about everything that I saw today. I assume that a lot of you saw my video from yesterday when we were trapped on 4th Street in between College and Tryon with nowhere to go, fog of tear gas in both directions, completely disorienting, and then being shot with pepper balls. It was suffocating. We couldn't breathe. I was in fear for my life at that moment. If you haven't seen it, you can scroll through our page. It's day 5, part 4. You can tune in at about an hour and 40 minutes to see it. It went completely viral. It's been viewed worldwide. There is an internal investigation that's been launched by city officials for the SBI to the State Bureau of Investigation to look into what happened, make sure policy wasn't broken. There were 50 or so complaints filed against CMPD for what happened. And I believe civil rights attorneys are working on potentially filing suit. I can't confirm that though. And I think that what we saw, what we documented out here, in my live stream, Christy's live stream, a couple other videos that have circulated from the incident, made a huge impact on what happened today. I'm outside of the government center, which is where today started at 6 p.m. with our elected officials and Mayor Vi Lyles marching at the front of the crowd, taking a knee at 2 different intersections with the protesters. We marched for a while, and then we kept marching, and we kept marching, and we kept marching. CMPD Chief Kerr Putney came out to the gathering, the government center. He's got a real cocky attitude about him, so that's kind of how he was talking. He said that he was the one that gave the order, not in so many words, but he said he was the one that gave the order to gas us in that corridor. He was asked if we were going to be tear gassed tonight. He said absolutely not, if there's no violence, which isn't an answer. Spoke to a lieutenant, a captain, a major, and a deputy chief today about how they felt about what happened yesterday. I spoke to Larkin Eagleson. I spoke to Tariq Bakari. I spoke to the mayor to get all of their kind of opinions and official statements. A lot of them were the usual runaround that you see from elected officials and high-ranking appointed officials. But what matters is the fact that all throughout tonight, after the sun went down, there was only one incident where the group was trying to walk toward 277, which I believe is the only place the officers don't want them to go. And they blocked the road, they blocked the path, and there was some tension. 2 water bottles were thrown, 2 fireworks were thrown, and in response to that, there were 2 flashbangs and a small handful of pepper bullets. That was it. That's all that happened tonight. After they shot off those pepper bullets, what they did is they used their bikes and their bodies, and they moved forward, and they were able to push the crowd back with their presence. Like I had been saying all weekend, their presence alone, moving forward, is enough to move the crowd where they want to. The chemical agents aren't necessary. Flashbangs, they can happen. They're startling. It'll get a group of people to run for a little bit. Pepper balls, they suck to get hit with, but they're not horrible unless you get hit in the face. But the tear gas is suffocating. It's horrendous. And so I made that point to a lot of our officers today that I was talking to. And so all night there were no bicycle cops blocking intersections, directing the flow of traffic of the protesters. The riot police showed up once or twice, maybe, to form a line. And the only real police presence were the motorcycles that stayed behind the group to drive forward to block cars from driving through the group. And I just want to say, especially if they're watching, that I'm super, super happy to report on the restraint that I saw tonight. It was incredible. The restraint from the officers, the restraint from the protesters' ability to police themselves, which I have seen all throughout the weekend, but it just goes to show, if you watched my live stream tonight, it just goes to show that I proved my point. The fact that police intervention causes tension. And these people have... You guys be safe, all right? You're welcome. Thank you. What was that? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, like when it comes to the roadway, driving's a privilege, not a right. But the freedom to assemble is a right. And so is the freedom to protest and all that good stuff. And when those rights are impeded, when people are out here protesting against the people that are impeding them, tensions flare. And we've seen it time and time again. And it got more and more aggressive. And tonight the tactic was kind of follow the group, let them organize and go where they want to go. CMPD will keep the cars out of the group, and we'll have a safe night. And that's exactly what happened. So much to the point where I actually had fun, had a good time out here. My back's killing me, my legs are killing me, but whatever. I'm proud of what happened out here today. It was nice. It was very safe. It was very peaceful. There was a lot of love. You guys got to see Trashman Johnny. He's a cool guy. His Cash App is Holland Park, HOLLAND PARK. If you want to know about him, you can go back and look at my last video. And then we came to CMPD's headquarters at one point in time with a line of officers and some riot police in the parking lot. But I mean, it's their headquarters. What would you expect? That's just an ambulance. It's probably not a big deal. And yeah, it was the most peaceful night of protests since Friday. 2 flashbangs, 2 fireworks. And I feel like it was because they made the call to let the protesters have their freedom of movement. And it was really a wonderful thing to witness. Shout out to Captain Brad, who'd been walking. He's been out here all day, every day. He walked with the crowd for hours today. He knelt multiple times. He's out here in support. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So, I'm sorry, Kay, that you got hit with both of those flashbangs. I've been hit with a bunch of flashbangs this weekend. I totally understand how you feel. Probably made you pretty angry. And I'm sorry for that, but I'm also happy that that was all that happened, because you could have got hit with tear gas. You could have got hit with 3 flashbangs. You could have been arrested, and I'm glad that that didn't happen to you. I'm glad that everybody was safe. I only saw 1 person arrested. It actually happened after I cut my last live feed. But yeah, kudos to everybody. I want to give the kudos to CMPD, and it sounds like I'm favoring them, but I've given my kudos to the protesters plenty of times. I know that the protesters can peacefully protest. I've witnessed it. And I know that the police can disperse the crowd gently because I've witnessed it. And they did that tonight, and it was a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna get off here. Good night.